She
just
won't decorate.
We're going to add you to the team. I'm already expanding TLS to Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah, let's do it.
And Washington, D.C., the whole DMV region. We can have you plan TLS and Brandy. What up, what up?
Hello, hello.
What up, girl?
How you doing?
Tim Schaus, very good. Tim Schaus, TLS Entertainment, your premier DJ. We've got the beautiful and wonderful Brandy Harlan, your non-retired wedding planner.
Hi, how are we doing?
Good.
I'm good.
This is The Scoop, Weddings Unveiled. I believe this is episode or podcast number 17? Wow.
Yeah.
17. We're going strong.
Doing big things.
That's right.
And it's fun because I hear you've been meeting some people that have been like, oh,
yeah,
I've been listening to the podcast and now I see your face and you're you and you're here.
Yeah, it's crazy because like people actually listen to this. I thought we were just like talking to ourselves,
right?
But people are actually listening.
So shout out to those.
Shout out. But even like we've had couples reach out to some of the vendors that we've had on, like wedding professionals, like Sweet's Bakehouse.
Yeah, Sweet's Bakehouse. The same day, literally, she had a booking for a wedding cake.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you know, we've had Tweeds Suit Shop. We've had The Perfect Dress, which was on the last episode. Yeah. We've had Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club.
Jam All Day.
Jam All Day. We've had Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina.
So we've had some DJs. We just need to get a photographer on, which we've had a couple that we had planned, but it just didn't come through. We need to get a videographer. And excuse my sniffles, but I've got allergies that are killing me today.
We're in Florida. It happens.
Yeah, I just got back from Nashville, and it was not.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
It was great.
I know,
beautiful
but
there.
that weather is not conducive to your allergies, probably.
No, this weather isn't conducive to my allergies.
He's like,
Nashville, I was great.
Florida weather.
Holy
not
cow.
Great.
What did you do this weekend?
So we had 3 weddings this weekend. Yes.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
No, Friday, Saturday, birthday party on Sunday. We had 2 weddings this weekend.
3 events, okay.
But on Saturday we had dual events. So we had a wedding and we had the fire marshal chief retirement party for Manatee County. He served 44 years. Congratulations to Mr. Langston.
Congrats.
Chief Langston. They were the most awesome, chill, hanging out, barbecue, beer drinking, dancing crew I've ever met. Like, they were just super awesome, super cool, very nice, like took care of everything, cleaned up, set up, took down. They were just an awesome, amazing group. And so we were able to host them on the Riverside over by the water for his 44 years.
Wow.
As a firefighter.
Holy cow.
Like, he started, in his 20s. And so I asked him, I said, so what are you going to do next? He goes, I'm going to enjoy my grandbabies and travel. I'm like, you do that. You earned that for sure. So we had that. And then at the other end, we had a wedding on Saturday.
Okay.
And that was 108 people. And then on Friday, I had a wedding as well.
All right. Now, how are the DJs? Were they sitting down again?
No, actually, we had 5-star who I've talked about before.
5-star.
They're amazing. So we had 5-star on Friday night. Saturday, I will say, unprofessional DJ. I will just say that.
That was not the name.
That should be. So for me, like, we have certain rules at the Bishop when it comes to our manatees, right?
Of course.
And we just got them a week ago. And
they're babies,
right? So they've never been in a habitat that is like ours. They had to travel. That's stressful. They're recovering from injuries. They are also not used to a lot of noise, a lot of sound and music and people. It's like if you were stuck in a glass cage or a box and somebody said, oh, you're going to live here and people are going to come stare at you and flashlights and music. Yeah. So you have to just be gentle, right? And so this guy proceeded to tell everybody.
This guy being the DJ.
The DJ.
Okay.
Proceeded to tell everybody, oh, and by the way, guys, this is as loud as I'm going to go, as loud as I can go based on the museum policy. So this is what we're doing. I was like, did you just say that? So I let it sit for a little while, and then I was like, you know what? No. I need to advocate for the museum and let him know that he was unprofessional. So I went over to him and I was like, hey, can you make that vaping announcement? Because everybody at that wedding had a vape in their hand and it was just constant. It was like an addiction almost for a lot of them.
Was it a destination wedding?
No, they're from here.
Really?
They're from Palm Harbor area. So for me, okay, cool. If that's what you want to do, great. But you need to follow the rules and you have to do it outside. Like nobody else really wants to deal with it, right? So it's just a respect thing. So I said, hey, did you make that vape announcement? And he's like, yeah. I was like, can you make it again? And oh, by the way, thanks for putting a target on us a little bit more than normal. He goes, what do you mean? I was like, well, the announcement that you made about this is as loud as I can go. I was like, you could have just told them. He goes, well, people keep asking me. I said, you could have told them. He goes, I did. And I was like, you could have told them as they individually come up or whatnot, not announced it to the whole entire wedding.
Well, but I mean, just putting like no context behind it. Oh, the bishop said we can only go this loud. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, and he didn't mention that he signed a contract agreeing to only go that loud too.
But I feel like, all right, so I feel for the DJ. I understand.
I get it.
However, because it's a rehab facility for these manatees, that's a huge deal. Yes. Now, I've been to venues where they're like, oh, it can only be so loud because I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that's totally different. That's BS.
And that's like, well, why the hell do you have a wedding venue in general?
Exactly.
In this case,
there's a reason.
There's a reason.
And it's a very valid reason.
It's very valid. So but it is also tough, being a wedding venue.
Yeah. And he could have said it like, hey, guys, we're in the Amazing Bishop Museum, and they're rehabilitating manatees, so this is about as loud as we're going to go, so I'm going to need y'all to get on out the dance. And honestly, they weren't dancing.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the volume. It was him. I'm just going to. And then all of a sudden, he started playing some better songs, and everybody was dancing. It took him a bit to get into read the room, which totally happens.
Is the DJ local?
I don't know. I don't even remember his name.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up.
Fair.
But I get that sometimes it takes a little pulling, right? To get the crowd going and things of that nature, and to get them excited and to find that song or find that niche, or maybe the couple didn't give you very much to go on. I get it. It takes you a while to get that engine roaring, right? But at the same time, it's not like there was, like you said, there's no context. It was like museum policy. This is as loud as I can go, guys. That's great.
There you go.
And the family was already kind of difficult. Like it was just a really difficult night anyway. They were trying to do shots, and that's not allowed. And so there was some shovings of binders at Adam. Like it was just not.
Shots aren't allowed?
Well, per that bar company.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because when I was there.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, it depends on the bar company. It's not,
Got it.
And so they were like, well, we need to see your agreement with the bar company. And I was like, I'm not showing you my agreement with the bar company. And then the officer pulls me aside. He goes, you have to show them the agreement. I looked at him. I said, you were here to just watch over and make sure nobody dies, make sure nobody gets hurt. Like, I don't need your added to every, like, it was, I felt bad for the planner. She was being kind of thrown about and mistreated and it was just not a great.
The group of people were not good.
Yeah, it was just not good. And the DJ didn't add to it. And so it's funny, that planner, every wedding, she asks at the end of the night, is there something that could have been dealt better, or is there anything that you would have changed about tonight, or anything that I can adjust, or whatever?
I take it you've worked with this planner many times?
Yes. And so she came to us and she said, yeah, they just wish your attitudes were better. I was like, great. I was like, I'm sorry, you're throwing binders at my staff member. You're yelling at us. We ask you to not vape on the dance floor, and you give me an attitude and like completely act like I'm not talking to you and turn your back to me. So it was a little rougher on Adam's end for the wedding on Saturday than it was on my end. So I spent a lot of time putting out fires with him on the wedding side, because my group was like, yeah, you're good. I was like, y'all good? Yep. Okay, I'm going back to put out some fires. And then people were getting pulled. It was a really weird night. People getting pulled over in our parking lot. Like,
that was Saturday.
Like cars having to be left behind because they took her like it was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like it was just, it felt tense. I was like, is it a full moon? And I look up, no, it's a sliver.
It's a slivered moon.
So, but there are those days that are going to come when you're running a venue, and they're not very often. So it's fine. It works out. We do the best we can. And at the end of the day, you're married, you're happy, you're going home,
ideally you're happy.
I mean, yeah. And everybody's safe. It's like we're a block from downtown. If you guys want to go get, shit-faced on shots, go one block over and do your thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll serve you as many free shots as you want because you just got married.
True.
So for us, it's a safety thing as well, because the bar company has to serve safely and they have to be responsible. So if you're going to do shots, guess what? They're going to cut you off after a couple. And you're having drinks on top of that. And you've been drinking since 5 o'clock, 5:30. So you make your bed, you decide you want to get cut off early and be sober, or, but then there's the driving factor, so it's a whole lot that we try to go by safety precautions. And I honestly don't know that group should have been doing shots. I think it probably would have been not so great at the end of the night, but it happens.
So it was a good time is what you're telling me.
It's fabulous.
Awesome.
And I love all of our couples. I really do. They can't be responsible for their people as much, because their people are going to do what their people do. So it's going to happen. What's so funny? Is there somebody behind me?
There was, yes. He's just walking back and forth.
Oh.
And it can be seen on your camera.
Okay. Who is it?
Gary. Gary, he's one of my coworkers here at the station.
He's like, who's in there? What are you doing?
Gary. Shout out to Gary.
Gary.
But
yeah, I'm sure, like you said, it's context for the DJ, and just going back to that podcast we did about how to be a good guest.
Listen to it. Don't
and
be
how
a
to read your
guest.
agreements. And honestly, the bar company should have shared that with the client, that they don't serve shots. It wasn't my responsibility.
Definitely be.
Yeah, they kept saying you should have told us. It should have been in your agreement. I'm like, no, sir, it should not have been. It should have been in the agreement you signed with the bar company.
Or it was they just didn't read it.
Yeah.
And that goes back to another podcast. Read your contracts.
Read your contracts. If there's something you don't agree with, ask a question. It's that simple, because come the night of is not the time to be asking and reading through. And she literally had a binder with her contracts, and she just tossed it. And Adam's like, you're going to have to come over here.
Lovely.
It's okay. But it's fine.
So I was in Nashville, but my team, we had 4 events. No weddings though.
Really?
No weddings. They were all on Saturday.
I wonder why that is.
We just didn't have any weddings this weekend, but we had 4 events. DJ Mike Tastic, he was at UTC for their UTC Fit event.
In the morning?
In the mornings.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come and check him out nightclub style. Does he do nightclubs? Because he seems like he'd be really great to listen to.
Yeah, he does. He does clubs. He does, yeah.
I'll have to come check him out.
He's good. But it's a variety of TLS DJs that do the UTC Fit events.
Yeah.
He's done it. Carolina's done it. I've done them. DJ Truth, he's the Ronnie. He's the official DJ for Orange Theory Fitness.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah, so he'll go out there doing his thing. So yeah, that was in the morning, and then we had a DJ Keza, DJ Natasha.
Oh yeah.
She was
with the blonde curly hair, blondish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got streaks in it.
Cute thing. Yes.
Yeah, she was at UTC as well for a Macy's fashion show.
Oh, they still do those?
It was for prom.
They still do those?
They did this weekend.
I remember being in high school and participating in those fashion shows, but
they did, and so she did that, and then let's see here. Carlos was at it was a community party. The theme was Miami Ice or Miami Vice. All white party.
All white party. Those have become a lot more popular than they used to be.
Yeah.
We've had a few of them at the Bishop.
And then, of course, I have a background in line dancing. That's how all this started. Mm-hmm. I don't teach anymore, but I still get requests to teach at events and so forth. And I actually have a guy who took my spot, who when I retired from White Buffalo when it was still a thing.
Retired.
When I retired from line dancing, he took over at White Buffalo. He was my successor, and he teaches down at the ranch in I think it's Fort Myers. Yeah, the ranch in Fort Myers area, Cape Coral, Fort Myers. Yeah, Mike Kruger, and he had a Wild Wild West barbecue that he taught lessons at.
That's fun.
So yeah, that was a very
People
interesting.
having parties just because I am all for
From
that.
a Miami Vice style party to country
barbecue. Actually, you
which
went
was
from,
at another
you
community.
Went from fitness to prom to
we were all over the place
to barbecue.
So if you're wondering, what do we do?
How
We do it all.
versatile are we?
We do it all.
Yes.
Have
party, we'll DJ.
I mean, majority of what we do are weddings, but we do everything.
Nightclubs.
We do bars, clubs. We do it all. So that was this weekend, and I didn't do any of them. I was in Nashville.
How was the weather?
It was beautiful. It was supposed to be cold, but I think it topped out at, 72 was the high. The low was like 50.
Oh, that's perfect.
It was amazing.
I love Nashville.
It's
a quick flight too from Sarasota. Did you guys?
Yeah, we went out of Tampa.
Out of Tampa.
Yeah, we went out of Tampa. But yeah, did some things that I went and saw Andrew Jackson's estate.
Yeah.
So learned about President Jackson.
History.
Some history.
Nice.
Yeah, we did a bunch of things. It was fun. It was
you guys
nice.
have already done like the Country Music Hall of Fame and all that stuff before, right?
No.
Oh, you got to do that next.
Yeah, we did that. It was just kind of like we were on the no plan.
Yeah, I like that. What clubs did you hit downtown?
No, it was so crazy busy.
Was it?
Yeah, and actually,
is it their spring break or something?
I don't know. No, it was just I'm sure because it's spring break, but again, Nashville, is the Bachelorette party capital
of the world.
Yeah, yes. It was insane.
Nash
Vegas, and that's going to be something that we're going to talk about here in a minute. Our Bachelor and Bachelorette party ideas.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I want to talk to you about costs for weddings. And I know we've talked about this before with like venue costs and I think we've talked about. I
think we went through the whole gamut of different costs of a range before, but it's a new year. Things have changed.
Well, we're going to go yeah, I think we have, but average cost per vendor. Did we talk about it?
Yeah, because I thought we went through and we thought some of the pricing was too low and some of it was too high.
We're going to talk about it again.
Yeah, and things have changed. Like that was probably 6 months ago we talked about that, 5 months ago, and things have definitely changed.
All right, so we're going to start.
Yeah.
I guess we talked about, we did, hiring your dream team. And I think we've dabbled on costs on that.
But not super in-depth.
Yeah, so these are national averages.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about them locally as well and if we think that's fair. So we've got quite a few. We'll just go ahead and run through them. So national average for DJ. We'll just start with that.
Do I get to guess? Because I don't.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and guess.
Okay. National average for DJ services for like 6 hours, or is it just period?
Just for the wedding.
2,200. 2,000?
No.
No? No. Okay. Lower? Oh.
Like national average.
1,500?
14. Which is really surprising.
So cheap.
It is.
That is so low.
But I'd say that's about right though.
Depends on who they're polling, I guess, too. Like what kind of
But
DJs.
Again, that ranges, that's
low.
That's it's an overall average. It goes from 500. You can get a DJ for $500 or $600.
You get what you pay for.
Exactly. And then you also have DJs who are $3 and $4 and $5 grand.
Yeah. Huh.
So that's a national average. I think locally, I would say probably
1,800.
Locally, it's around 16 to 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just for DJ. That doesn't include any like uplighting or any of the other effects.
Yeah. I think that's too low. People budget 2,000. So then if you don't spend it, you have extra to put towards other things.
Yeah.
Aim higher.
What about band?
Oh, okay. So I have some thoughts on this. So we hired that band for the bash, right? And I think they were around, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000. Baking's band. So they just had a meeting recently, and some bands were
Who's they?
The committee for the bash for this year.
Oh, okay.
They met, and some bands were put up like, hey, this is the band we're looking at. So the first question was, how much are they? I think they were like 4,000, 3,000, and they were like, nope, we spend 10,000 on our band every year. So
that's what the committee said.
Yes. Well, that's not happening. I mean, it's a nonprofit. You gotta think with the dollars in mind. So I would say, based on those three prices that I've been paid, or I have paid or done, I would say an average band price is around 3,500.
39.
Yep.
Yep, that's pretty good. Which, again, I think that's low.
Depends on the band, how many pieces
That's
there
true.
are.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, like when New Jazz came and did our jazz night, they were around 600 and it was 5 bandmates, but they gave us a huge discount. But then when Baking's band came and it was like, I don't know, they had like 9 or 10 members, it felt like. They were huge. They took up a whole 16 by 24 foot stage.
Right. And how much were they?
5,700, I believe.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had like two musicians in one part of the museum during cocktail hour. In the beginning, they were doing guitar and saxophone, and then the rest were singers. And they had a setup person. They had a person there working like all of the bass and the lighting and all of that. So it's not just the band members. It's also, if they're that much of a professional band and you've hired like a bigger setup, they've got a sound guy, they've got a setup person,
got a lighting
they've got a lighting guy, or girl. They've got people that clean up. Like at the end of the night, the musicians were gone, and there's one person there doing all the cables by himself. So you've got all that technology side of things that goes into a band too.
And I bet y'all put band in a corner.
Never put a band or a DJ in the corner. Hashtag.
Sheesh. Anyway, all right, moving on.
What's next?
Photography.
Oh, average 3,000.
The average, and I thought this was low, 2,600. I think that's low.
I could see that though. I could see that, because like you've got a lot of, like, just like in DJs, you've got a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I have a camera.
Yeah, right.
I've taken some family shots of my family.
Yeah.
They listen to me kind of. So it's different when you're shooting weddings.
That's true. Yeah. What about video?
Oh, I'd say video's closer to that too as well, like the 3,000.
It's 2,100 is actually cheaper. Which again, really,
I mean, there's a lot of time that goes into that. So people just see like them showing up and taking video and getting their shots.
And you know what? There's
again,
it's
a ton of editing
based on, it's an average.
Yeah. And then also what you want in the end. Do you want a 3 to 5 minute? Do you want all the raw footage? Do you just want a highlight reel?
Or do you want some creativity too?
Yeah, you want cinematic. Like what kind of, do you want this to be like a movie preview?
Hell yeah.
It just depends.
Give me that movie preview.
Right? Like, this is box office, 5 stars. Rotten Tomatoes, right? So I feel like that's a good price.
Yeah, I think, bless you. Are my sniffles
They're
brushing off on
over. You? Yeah, I got the sneezies.
All right. So the average for photography is 2,600. Video average is 2,100. Again, I think those are low. But again, these are averages, national averages. I think it's a little bit higher here in Sarasota.
Yeah.
But what about cake?
Well, according to what Tara said.
What did she say? I know
like $7 or $8 a slice. Because her eggs are like 5 times the price right now.
So for 100 guests,
you're talking like $700.
Okay, so the average is 600.
Okay, that's low. I think, because, well, and again,
but that's just for a cake. That's not talking about like a full dessert bar.
Yeah, and that's probably not taking in consideration if they're doing custom kinds of buttercream artwork, or if they're doing different kind of shapes and layers and different fillings. If you're going higher end, if you're using like Madagascar vanilla rather than just regular vanilla, so there's a difference.
Jesus, okay.
There's a quality difference.
Yeah. Now, what did Perfect dress last week?
Oh, I was shocked at like 2,200.
So the average is 19.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Well, I feel like when people are watching Say Yes to the dress, and the average, they're like, I'm going to spend $5,000 to $10,000. I'm like,
that's
holy
a huge
cow.
average. I think I spent. My dad. I think the dress I looked at started out like 2,200, and I think we got it for around, I think, 1,000 to 1,100. And you guys can listen to the last podcast to figure out why I got it that cheap.
Yeah, because you went to China.
Because I did, because people were not nice to me, and my dad refused to pay money there. True. So, but I think that's. I think that's a great price. Like, I like that price, even though I think it's low. Yeah. I like it because it's affordable, I feel like.
And now suits for the men, the average, I'll let you guess.
$400.
$600.
Oh.
Which.
Because I feel like there's a lot of Men's Warehouse, H&M, put your suit together at Express kind of deals.
Yeah.
So.
Or you can rent at like $200.
Yeah, you can rent. That's why I think that's too high. If you take into consideration all those other options.
What, renting?
Yeah.
Well, no, renting it's its own thing. Like, you can either rent for like $100 to $200.
But if you go to like Men's Warehouse and buy.
If you go and buy, I mean, shoot. Honestly, I just bought a suit for $200.
That's what I'm saying.
And then.
That's why I think 6 is too high.
And then I think I got it tailored and altered for like $60.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And it fits like a glove.
Woohoo. Can't wait
now,
to see it.
if you want to get like super custom, you want to go see Tweeds.
That's right.
Go see Donald.
That's like the suit of like you need a good suit and you're going to wear it and it's going to be the suit.
Right.
And that's what I was telling my husband. Like, I was telling him like the price of the suits or whatever. And I was like, but you can take the jacket and you can pair it with jeans and you can like all the fixings, and change all that up.
I mean, you're definitely investing in yourself.
Yeah.
By getting a suit, because ideally you want to wear it again.
Yeah, multiple times, especially if you're like in that age group where you're going to a lot of weddings. Get a good
or
custom
you
suit.
Can, depending on the type of suit it is. I mean, you can wear it for special occasions or
exactly
wear it for work,
Easter, and all those things.
Yeah,
yeah.
There you go. All right, florals.
Oh gosh, average $5,000.
Why so much?
I know, because they are. Well, you know why? You want to know why? Because the cost of airline fuel that brings them from Belgium and Holland and all those countries is expensive.
All right, well, it's much cheaper. But, and this is even...
You're not a flower guy at all.
1,500.
That's the average?
Is the national average.
They're lying.
Now, they say, and they, I put in quote, they, a floral professional was interviewed, and they is the floral professional.
Yeah.
Said that the industry standard that you should spend for florals at a wedding is 10% of your wedding budget. That's insane.
So if my wedding is $30,000, I'm spending $3,000.
Yeah.
That's cheap. 10%?
10%.
And here's the thing. Depends on how many people. And this goes back to
Why does it depend on how many people? No, it depends on what you...
No, it does. Because if I've got 150 people and you've got 100 people, I need like 8 more centerpieces than you need over here. And that racks up at $60,
if you want to do centerpieces,
yeah, like $80 a centerpiece. Yeah, it's going to rack up some good amount of money over here.
There's so
or if
often...
you have a smaller bridal party or a bigger bridal
party. So
party.
often I have couples or parents telling me, hey, please take these home. We're not going to do anything with them.
Yep. all the time. I had a mom tell me, so we have leftover flowers and they were very expensive. Do you guys want them?
Take them home.
We literally told staff, hey, we've got flowers. Come make a bouquet.
Yeah, seriously. Take them to your loved one.
Yeah, and I still have flowers. Shout out, by the way, to Scarlett's florist. I have flowers that are still a week and a half old from a wedding because, they gave away all the centerpieces. Nobody took any.
Is it from the wedding that we did?
From the blue one? No, it was the night before.
Oh, you said a week and a half. It was
yeah, it was the Friday before. But yeah, so literally, and they're hydrangeas, and they are still like perfection. I'm still impressed. I've always loved Scarlett's though. Ryan over there is really awesome, but yeah.
Okay.
I know you're not big on flowers. I think if you ever get married again, you're like gonna do like
minimal,
and it's gonna be more sculpturistic kind of. I don't know.
I mean, it was minimal to begin with.
That are just
my first time.
Yeah.
It was minimal.
Yeah, you're not a flower guy. Do you send flowers?
I like flowers.
Do you send flowers?
Yeah.
Do you like getting flowers?
Of course I do.
Okay.
But I think for a wedding. It is what it is.
he
Floral people are not going to like me.
You filtered yourself.
Oh, these allergies are killing me. All right, we're going to move on.
We'll move on quickly, and then you can. I'll talk for a little.
All right,
while.
so this will be going for you.
Yeah.
Wedding planner.
$2,000.
Yep, $1,900. Now, obviously, that varies if you're doing day of or full service.
Yes. Or month of. Yeah, it's so different. And I really think I should come hang out with you and be day of for some years.
Seriously.
I feel like we have a day of service. She's going to get all of your stuff in check.
Why don't
she
I just
won't decorate.
We're going to add you to the team. I'm already expanding TLS to Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah, let's do it.
And Washington, D.C., the whole DMV region.
Oh, a cherry blossom themed wedding. Oh, my gosh. Up in D.C. area when the cherry blossoms are blooming. Sign me up. Call me Miss Olivia Pope of weddings.
Oh, my goodness. But yeah, you can.
Created a monster.
We can have you plan.
Yeah.
TLS and Brandy. All right, so. What would it be? So that 1,900, was that more?
That's full service from
full service?
No, I mean that's like 6 months out. If I'm married to you for a year planning your wedding and then I have to get you married to somebody else, it's going to be more than that.
Okay.
And I need an assistant. And again, it's based on your guest count, how many's in the bridal party, if there's 2 locations, 3 locations, what that setup looks like. There's a lot of factors.
God, I would say like 5. If it's full service.
Yeah, if it's full service, you're talking around 5,000. So, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of people don't consider, there's no set prices. So when I started 20 years ago, I had 3 packages and this was the price. And so it wasn't based on extra work. It wasn't based on extra guest count. And my first wedding that I executed was 300 people by myself with goldfish for centerpieces that died the night before. So, I mean, I think I charged $600 for that.
Sheesh.
And it was 2 locations. So you definitely grow to learn. And
well, hell, my packages started at 600 when I was when I started out DJing.
Like 600 is like such a good number, right?
It's because I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, same.
Charging more because my experience was so little.
I just needed to get some weddings on my books and get that experience. So I was willing to do whatever it took.
So shout out to all my couples that gave me a chance.
Right? Same.
10 years ago.
Shout out to the Kofers. That was my very first wedding.
Shout out to the Walshes.
I see them all the time. They bring the grandparents, bring the babies of the couple to the Bishop Museum all the time.
There you go.
So I get to see the product of 20 years later.
So putting all of these things, all these vendors together, DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. DJ, photo, video, cake, dress suit, florals. We're looking at about $15,000.
That's cheap.
But that's, again, these are averages. That does not include
catering.
That does not include catering
or
bar or venue.
Oh, there you go.
So
there's your other 15,000.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like the big costs are gonna be your caterer, bar, and venue.
Yes.
Now, open bar.
Please don't charge your guests.
Open bar. What would you say is the average cost?
So per
guest.
person,
Yeah.
On the high end, it's usually around $40 per person. And on the lower end, if it's like a bar company, you're probably looking at like $15, $20 per person.
So it's between 15 and 45 per person.
Man, I'm damn good at what I do.
That's why you should not. That's why you should unretire. So for 100 guests for high end, you're looking at around 4,500.
Yep. And that's like your Tito's.
So now we're at 19.
And that's like your Tito's and that kind of. So if you're like on the lower end, probably that 15, 20, you're probably talking just like off-brand vodka versus Tito's. Or now if you're getting up there and you're getting like the Grey Goose and that kind of stuff, only do like people don't know. Just do the middle. Just stick in the middle. Do the Tito's, do the Jack, do the, Makers.
Yeah.
Do that. Captain. You don't have to do. But when it comes to gin and I'm there at the wedding, don't do beef eaters. Do something special.
Got it. Noted.
Noted for when you get married.
Catering.
Brandy has her own gin bottle.
That's right. Catering.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Per person.
Oh gosh. It's so hard because it's dependent on meals and the types of food.
There's too much of a variety.
So much of a variety. I would say anywhere from $30 to $80 a person.
All right. So 75 per person. Is the average. Now, and again, that's taken into consideration if you go to the Ritz and it's 200 per person. That's insane.
Yeah, you're paying for the name. Because I legit know some caterers that can give these higher end companies that are charging those astronomical prices a run for their money. And you and I love them both.
Yep.
Like it's our favorite catering company. Shout out to Cornerstone and Company.
Cornerstone.
They're amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, they can, and they're straight foodies. That's what I love.
Yep.
And maybe Shannon should come and hang out.
No,
Shannon
I
and
definitely
Joel
want to get her
definitely
on.
should come and hang out. And that's the thing is like everything's fresh. They don't store bought anything. They don't Cisco things. They don't, you don't see trucks pulling in and dropping off all this pre-made stuff. No,
their
really
truck comes in and stays
soul.
Right there.
Yeah.
And they cook in the truck because it's a freaking badass.
Fresh ingredients.
It's a badass old school.
Right. Chevy truck with a pizza oven truck, and they can
sick.
do tacos, they can do all that. And the other thing is that have you ever seen their charcuterie board?
Oh yeah,
where they have like the donuts and the pickles, and they marinate their own pickles with their own flavorings. They actually make their own juices for their bar cart, the bicycle bar cart that they have.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
so
sick.
Cool. So there's only one caterer that does all that. But I mean, and then 3C's, John Sullivan, they do amazing work.
He was supposed to come on. What the hell happened?
It's been a little busy. It's season.
Whatever.
So we have to pick a different day for him.
Whatever.
But Johnny, it's my Johnny. He's going to come on. They do an amazing job. Their decor is set up and their team and their execution and how well they work and you know what I love about them? Something I've been seeing a lot of caterers do at the Bishop, they bring all the food at once. Like everybody shows up, the food's in the truck, it's in hot boxes, it's all together, right? Something I love about 3C's is they send the food later. After the first crew gets there and gets everything going, the appetizers are flowing, they bring the food down so it's at its freshest. They don't send it down in hot boxes and let it sit for 3 hours until it's served. And I've been finding that happening a lot. And I guess there's reasons behind it. I get that. I would prefer that the food be brought down separately. And that's a huge thing that they do. And I appreciate that extra effort.
So at 75 per guest, we're looking at what, 7,500 if it was an average of 100 guests. Mm-hmm. So now we're at 26,000.
Yeah.
We still haven't paid for the venue.
Nope. So you're over 30. Yeah. Sure.
There you go.
Yeah. You start saving now for a
so,
wedding.
Average cost for a wedding in Florida?
35.
35? Add an extra 10 in there?
Right.
All right. Well, there you go. So that's, I mean, again, those are national averages. They're roughly, I mean, I would say they're fairly close, plus or minus, here in the Sarasota area.
Yeah.
So that's what you can expect to pay.
I love it.
All right. Next up, we are going to chat about Bachelor and Bachelorette party ideas.
Yeah.
What you got?
So I'm excited about this topic because I actually get to be a bridesmaid. And so
Yay.
I was like, oh, this is a whole new realm for me. And so it's super exciting. So we've been all in, the group chats talking about what we're doing and what, the bride wants, what Lindsay wants to do. So these are more for bachelorette parties, the top 10 that I'm going to name now, but they could definitely be for the guys too. So they say number 1 is Las Vegas.
I feel like that's for, definitely men or women.
Yeah.
Guys,
and
girls.
The website I'm using is called Stag and Hen.
Wait, so that's number 1. That's the number 1 spot?
Uh-huh.
Well, for one, I've never been to Vegas.
It's a tight race between that and Nashville.
I was going to say Nashville.
It literally says, although it was a tight race with Nashville, Vegas claimed the title with the most popular bachelorette party destination in our study. So I think it's debatable.
Yeah. I mean, because, again, this past weekend,
you
had all the woo-woo girls out.
Yeah. They're riding their bikes and in the monster trucks and they're in tractors.
Yeah.
And anything that has wheels, they're in it drinking and driving, like not technically driving, they're pedaling.
Right.
Somebody else is driving.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like you could not move this past weekend. It was insane.
Well, and you have to think that's a very close destination for the northern people. So if they're having their bachelorette party, say 3 months before, northern weddings are happening in June. So that's why probably March is a little bit busier. So 3rd is Miami.
Okay.
I haven't been to Miami in a long time.
It's not much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to go to like Fontainebleau and hang out by the pool all weekend.
That's probably where they go.
Do the thing. So yeah, they said that is Cuban-inspired eats in Miami is a fantastic spot. 4 is Mexico. Currently, I would not suggest Mexico. It's just too much going on in Mexico. Right now, for safety reasons. Charleston, which I thought I was shocked. It's
Charleston?
Number 5. Yeah, Charleston.
What is going on in Charleston?
It says that it's classic country city took 5th because of the beach and southern charm. So they've kind of got like a little bit of the mix of both Nashville and Florida.
Okay.
Like that's what it says. Yeah. Napa Valley.
Okay.
If that's your jam. It said you had me at Merlot. Yeah. So it's wineries and things like it. You have to read your crowd, of course, of like the bride and what everybody wants to do. Key West. I mean, Florida's killing it on this.
Of course. Who wouldn't want to come to Florida?
Amen. Key West, fantastic spot. And they have that like if you can go from here to Key West in no time on that fast boat thing that they've got.
Out of Fort Myers.
Yeah. And then Nolens. Nolens is fun.
I know about Nolens.
Yes. It's one of my favorite places.
Yep. Dirty, but it's fun.
Oh, I could just eat my way through New Orleans in a weekend. Like, just sign me up for the ruby red slipper.
It is so dirty
with breakfast.
There. Holy cow.
It is. It's fun though.
They got a lot of history.
Like the ghost tours and all of that. Yeah. Austin, just don't go during South by Southwest because it's really busy.
Okay.
And it's hard to get anything done.
Noted.
In Austin. So they said because it's a college town too. So,
okay.
And they have a party barge on Lake Austin. Yeah. And there's a lot of food trucks and the infamous 6th Street for drinks. I've never been, so I don't know. But those are Disney World, Disneyland. I think that's overdone. It's number 10. That's why it's number 10. But
I'm surprised that Savannah wasn't on there.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, okay.
But it should have been higher.
Wait, how many? What? That's top 10. You said?
Wait, this is more than 10. Hold on. It's we're stopping at 15.
Okay.
So
now, are these
Disney
just ideas to like places or like?
This is the top 10 rated. According to their survey, top 10 places for bachelorette parties. The Hamptons. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it says it's because it's a classy beach town. So again, it's preppy. So if that's your vibe, go for that.
Do it.
Palm Springs, which I thought was weird.
Okay.
Because it's a desert town. It's in 12th, but it's got perfect weather year round, it says. Lake Tahoe. Now, this one, it should not be on this list. It's number 13. I don't get it. Unless you're going like in the winter and going skiing. Yeah. But honestly, if you're a bachelor and a bachelorette and you want to get out and have fun, you don't want to.
Oh, you got to get a country accent right there. Have fun.
Because it's Lake Tahoe. Because you don't want to be in you can be a snow bunny if you want to, but you want to be out like strutting your stuff. You've been working hard, probably getting ready for that wedding dress.
Yeah, well.
Just my vibe. Chicago, Little New York.
Very, very clean town. Very clean city.
Yes.
Love it.
It's a favorite of yours. I think it should be higher on the list. New York City is number 15.
Okay.
And no,
wait, Savannah wasn't even on there.
Savannah was not on here. I thought I saw Savannah on here.
And I always thought like Savannah was a very...
Well, that's where we're going.
Yeah, but why? I mean, I know it's like a very historic area.
Well, I think because it has history, it has the ghost tours, it has the Southern feel to it, but it also has a party scene.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I went a whole weekend to some like 15, 20 different concerts in a weekend recently. But in my research, I found this really cool, amazing app that I downloaded.
Okay.
So if you are planning a batch for anybody,
yep,
you can sign up for The Batch. It's an app. And so you can put it, so mine is 414
so batch,
days.
B-A-C-H.
Yes, B-A-C-H. It's Lindsay's bachelorette party. I just was playing in it. So you put your destination, you put in all your friends or all the girls or guys that are going, you put them all in. Of course, this is definitely like girly looking, but it's fine if the guys want to use it. And then you invite everybody. There's a place for a chat room so you can chat.
True.
Then there is Explore, which I was loving this part because it takes the guesswork of Googling, right? And I'm sure these companies pay to be on this app, which is fine. But that also means that they're probably offering some really cool deals. So some of the ones that are in Savannah, just to go over those, candle or perfume making, haunted Savannah open container pub crawl, which is something we probably will do. There's a Tipsy Turtle Tiki Tour booze cruise.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's only $50 a person for an hour and a half. And then the Bad Kitty Haunted Pub Crawl.
Ooh.
Best Savannah Ghost Tour. It's only $28 a person for an hour and a half. So, and then the Cocktail Boys. Hand-picked Southern gentlemen as bartenders.
Hand-picked. You get to pick your boys.
This was my favorite one.
I bet it was.
It's a little expensive. But gentlemen as bartenders, butlers, hype men, DJs, cleanup crew, and more. Cleanup crew.
What are they wearing?
This guy's
just a bow tie?
wearing, I mean, the guy in the picture has tattoos and he's just wearing his swimming trunks.
Oh, okay.
But it's for 2 to 4 hours. It's $450 to $850.
Total or per person?
Total.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have like 7 people or whatever else, so 2 hours looks like it's like $450. There's the historic walking haunted bar crawl. Everything's a bar crawl. There's the Hellcat Ghost Tour.
Or a ghost tour.
More ghost tours. So there's like morning itineraries. You can do a photo shoot of the girls and like the bachelorette and the bride, right? You can do a photo shoot. You can do beach yoga if you guys want to relax. There's Forsyth Park luxury picnic, which I think is really cool, and that's something you can do too on the beach down here. You can pre-order through, I think it's AMI. Oh, it's a company on Anna Maria, and they literally set up all the beach chairs. They're really nice, and they put the sunshades, and they have your drinks out there. They do a charcuterie board, so that could be really fun as well. And then they have like an exclusive BYO beach bash. So there's a lot of things, and you can just put in basically where you're going. Like this one's a full home rental decoration, delivery and setup, Insta-worthy photo wall. Like that could be there. So we're renting an Airbnb, right? So that could already be in place when she walks in. That's a cool little unique thing. There's painting and sipping. So yeah, it just depends on where you're going. And then you pick your city based on what you're doing, and you put in all the details and add everybody. And then there's an expenses section. So you can add everything that you want to do, and then everybody knows like, okay, this is the total cost. This is where we're at. And then you can do an itinerary so everybody knows like, oh, wait, what are we doing today? Or what day are we doing what? If you're on the plan of no plan kind of thing, go for that. But I feel like if you haven't been to Savannah or a certain place, you should probably have a plan so that you do the fun things and you're not like wasting time researching when you're just going.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're doing all the research now, setting everything up, and then we're just doing. We're not spending time to figure out like, okay, where are we going for dinner? What's everybody want? Who's in the mood for this? So that eats up a lot of time. So I feel like this app is really super and you can pick like the type of, you want to do adventure, chill, party, you can pick the type of bachelorette and it filters through the excursions.
So it's an app called Batch, BACH.
Yep. BACH.
Download it, use it. Shout out to Batch.
Yeah. They're not sponsoring us, but they should.
Yep. Soon.
Yeah, very soon. So yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. And for guys, I think a lot of the same places work, but I think excursions for guys, I don't know that guys spend multiple days out of town, but if they do, great. I think Chicago's great. I think going out of town for a big sporting event is awesome. A concert weekend.
Well, I was going to say New Orleans is a big one.
Yeah, New Orleans
Nashville
is a big
as well,
one.
because
Nashville,
they're all going to see all the girls on like.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
On their well, no, the groomsmen.
Yeah, the groomsmen. Yeah. So
and I'm surprised this wasn't on there. Cruises.
Yeah, cruises are big too. You can.
Why was that not on there?
Cruises are pretty expensive right now.
Well, yeah. Well,
on the higher, they're on the higher end.
My sister's going on she's a bridesmaid in a wedding coming up, and they're going on a cruise.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
This summer, yeah.
I think, and then also for adventure things, like guys can go axe throwing, and they can go do the.
Why do we have to be all doing like the manly things? Why can't we just go out and drink?
You can go for a spa day.
I would love a spa day.
Yeah. You can totally go for a spa day, guys. But I think like activities, guys are more like, like I think going out of town for a specific concert or like a weekend, like South by Southwest or something of that nature, or a sporting event, like maybe there's 3 games that weekend and your favorite teams are playing each other or whatever that weekend, and you want to hit the Friday, Saturday series or something. I think going to Chicago and doing something like that, or even Miami or LA to see the Dodgers.
The games are being played. I remember going on a cruise myself for my 30th birthday, and there was a bachelorette party and there was a bachelor party. They did not know each other, but they all ended up hooking up
at the end,
the entire cruise. And I think even the bride and the groom of those said bachelor and bachelorette parties, they were hooking up.
Oh, okay.
So what happens on the cruise, I guess, stays on the cruise, but unless you know.
Oh boy. No cameras, no phones.
That was interesting. But
there's got to be a pact going in. So I think that's kind of some really fun ideas and things like that. And guys, really like lean into that sport, like whatever makes you guys like happy.
Want to go hunting?
I mean, they do hunting trips. Yeah. But even if it's just like skiing, I could see the guys going skiing and doing a whole skiing weekend more than I could see the girls going skiing. Okay. Just because, I don't know, like I feel like the girls want to be like less is more kind of out and about in the warm weather. So unless you live in the cold weather, then you're trying to find warm weather. So Miami is a good spot for guys to do that. There's lots to do down on that strip.
Oh, in Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so those are the vibes for bachelorette parties if you guys are a part of it, because I know we talk about like the wedding a lot. So it's like talk about like the fun stuff prior to, and so that's one of them. And maybe we'll talk about honeymoons and bring a travel agent on here next.
Oh, that's a good one.
Soon. Yeah. Make a note.
All right, cool. Well,
but yeah.
That's it. I think that's all we got today.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Chill.
Very informative.
Yeah.
That's what we try and bring to this.
That's right. People should still listen.
Awesome. You're right.
Keep listening.
That is right. Well.
Always something fun.
Thank you, Brandy. It's been a pleasure. Brandy Harland, your non-retired wedding planner. She's coming back. We know it.
There's lots of changes coming.
There are.
So we'll talk about that next podcast, what all those changes are and what that looks like, and fill everybody in.
There you go.
Okay.
Tim Schaus, TLS Entertainment, your premier DJ. This is the Scoop Weddings Unveiled.
Peace and chicken.